For more, let me bring in Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who is a Democratic candidate for president. Senator, good to have you with us tonight.
Good to be with you.
What is the key question, and I'll let you frame it. What is the key question at this hour, seeing that the House may go back and redo the rules to massage this to try to get 100 more representatives to get the president fast-track authority? How do you see it?
If fast-track passes, TPP will pass. There's no question about that. Ed, there is a reason why virtually every corporation in America, the pharmaceutical industry, and Wall Street want this to be passed. And there is a reason, as you've just mentioned, why every union, many environmental groups, and religious groups are against it. Because anyone who looks at history understands that our trade policies, from NAFTA, CAFTA to China, have been a disaster for the American workers. Since 2001, we have lost almost 60,000 factories, not all attributable to trade, but a lot of it is. Millions of decent-paying jobs. Our demand now must be to corporate America and say to them, you want us to buy your products. The time is long overdue for you to stop outsourcing. Let's create and manufacture those products here in the United States. That's what this is about.
Senator, does the size and the magnitude of this deal and the impact place a different importance on fast track? The question, should Congress be able to read trade deals before they vote on them?
Well, that's a hard question, Ed, but I guess so. It might be a good idea to know what's in the legislation that you are voting on. And maybe there is a reason why members of Congress cannot take staff into the room, why they cannot copy sections of what is a very complicated legal document. Maybe there are some folks who really don't want the American people to know what is in this legislation. Having said that, we know enough from leaks and other sources that what is in it ain't good for the American worker. We should not be competing against Vietnamese workers who make 56 cents an hour. We should not have an investor-state dispute process in there which benefits corporate America and will make it difficult for states or governments to pass legislation protecting the health care or the environment for their people.
Senator, has Hillary Clinton taken a strong enough position on fast track, in your opinion?
Ed, look, this ain't a complicated issue. You are for fast track, you're against fast track. This is an issue you just can't sidestep. I think Secretary Clinton, obviously, has not made her position clear.
You think she has sidestepped and is waiting for this to just go away?
Well, it's not what I think. I mean, I think it's obvious. You're for it or you're against it. I very strongly am opposed to fast track and the TPP. What is Secretary Clinton's position? I don't know.
Senator, the trade adjustment assistance kind of came out of nowhere. It got very little attention. Is this the Democrats' way of saying to the president, we want to support you, but you're not going to get fast-track authority because of this Republican problem? They don't want to help out workers who have been affected? What about that?
I don't think that's it, Ed. I think what the Democrats in the House cleverly did is use the TAA, trade adjustment assistance, as a tool to torpedo this agreement. And they use that as a tactic. Trade adjustment assistance unto itself is a good thing. It helps displace workers. But given the context that they're operating in right now, knowing that a whole lot of Republicans are opposed to it, they used it as a tactic to torpedo and slow down fast track, and that was a very successful and, I think, smart move.
Do you think the Rules Committee will set up a scenario that will have it pass in the House?
I surely hope not. I mean, they're trying. I mean, corporate America is not going to stand still. They love the idea of outsourcing jobs to low-wage countries. The pharmaceutical industry loves the idea of being able to charge poor people around the world higher prices for their medicine. These guys are not going to give up. I hope very much that the Democrats and some of the Republicans in the House continue to have the courage that they have shown, that they showed last Friday, and say no to another disastrous trade agreement.
Senator, do you hear about this in Iowa when you're on the ground?
All of the time. I talk about it all of the time, and people are very, very concerned about this issue. Look, Ed, in Iowa, in Vermont, all over this country, we have seen factories disappear and go to China and other low-wage countries. We have seen wages go down because American workers are now being forced to compete against desperate all over the world. Of course, the people in Iowa and around the country are aware of this.